mentoring is an important part of the growth and development of young people and of those who come after us, who will be in the succession line for jobs that we have or for ensuring that our organizations are successful. First, I want to look at what are some things that, if it's okay, that mentors ought to be able to do and ought to do if they're going to build a strong leadership base. Build a strong leadership discipline. If you're going to be a leader, build a strong leadership discipline. When you walk into your area of operation, people ought to be glad to see you because they know that you're going to bring to them some things that will help them to grow and develop. Mentors ought to carefully plan what they're going to do so that those who come after them can see what that kind of planning is like and can imitate that and be better at what they do. Mentorship relations ought to be suitable for your organizational needs. For example, a football mentor may have a different strategy than one who is mentoring a person who is prepared to be a teacher or a doctor or a lawyer. I'm not saying that either is better or worse than the other, but they perhaps will be different. So based on what you are, the person that you are mentoring, and what their plans are, and what your goals are even for the person, be sure that you develop a plan for how to work with them. One-on-one is so good when it's possible, and having a more experienced mentor is so good for the person. Less experienced ones can do it, but when there's more experience, there are more things that they can provide. Today we are going into group mentorship, meaning that a person can do the mentoring to a whole group as opposed to just one person. And then the persons who are being mentored will help each other as they work together in groups. Virtual mentorship is also becoming more common due to recent shifts in remote and hybrid work. So try to determine what will be best for you and your learning style, what is best for your corporate structure, and how you can best grow, and how can you best help your mentee to grow into the person and the worker or the administrator or the political person that you want them to be. Be prepared to offer suggestions throughout the session. There will perhaps be a lot of questions that will be asked, so be prepared. Mentorship is important because it can increase professional growth. It can create an internal knowledge base that can be important for the interview process for the person that you would be mentoring. It could be important for the person when they begin the work period. It can be important to the person that is being mentored in terms of how to develop relationships. So if it is done well, the mentoring process can be very helpful. Offer encouragement. Sometimes we think that when we are working with a young person or someone that we're mentoring, all we want to do is point out the things that they're doing wrong and help to correct them. While that is important, it is also important that we help them to see what their good pieces are, what their strengths are, what are you doing well, what is it that you certainly need to talk about when you go to your interview, because this is one of your strong points. They ought to be taught this kind of thing. Boost their confidence, provide support whenever possible, enhance their leadership skills. When you see them doing well with the leadership piece, talk about it. If there are pieces that you can share with them that helps them to grow better, grow more, taller, stronger, share it with them. Help them to develop appropriate skills so that they move into the position or the office or whatever it is totally prepared. Let me share some qualities of a good leader, good mentor. Number one, they're honest and they're candid. They don't go about trying to hurt people's feelings or try to make you less than I am, but they do not try to do any of that. They are good listeners. They are a sounding board. Sometimes the people who you are mentoring will need to talk about something that is not connected to their work or to their education or whatever it is they're trying to do. Be careful. Allow them to talk about it. Be careful how you react to it and what you do and what you say, such that you do not become involved in something that you may not want to be involved in, but be a good listener. Do your best to be non-judgmental. That one hits home with me an awful lot, because as a child and growing up, I was judged off by the way I looked. And my clothes were not always the best, and whatever I had was not always the best. I'll just leave it there. And sometimes I was judged by that. And assumptions were made regarding my skills, my abilities, based on that. And I still remember that. So be careful about being judgmental. Try to give constructive feedback as much as possible. A constructive feedback is always positive, and it's going to build some aspect of your mentee's life. Be constructive. Give value to diverse opinions and perspectives. Today's young people see things so totally different sometimes from the way that we do. But as a mentor, it is important, when you disagree, don't jump on it wholeheartedly. Wait and find ways that you can either have a discussion or that you can present something where you can talk about it. But don't be judgmental, and don't make determinations and decisions always based on what it is that you don't like. Show mutual respect. That means honor and respect your mentee as much as you do the president of the company. It is important because young people need to know how to react to a respectful situation. So often they're in situations and they find themselves, when the person is just trying to be respectful, not understanding, are he trying to lack me? No, he's just being respectful to you because he said good morning, nice lady, or something of that nature. So be respectful. Be goal driven. That means know what you are looking, what you're trying to do. Is the person trying to help them to get a job? Is the person trying to finish college? Is the person trying to salvage a relationship? Whatever it is, be goal-driven and know what it is that you're aiming for. Hopefully you will be able to motivate. Motivating is so important. So many of our young people come from homes where they have just played with them bones and looked at the TV all day after they got home from school, and are not very motivated to move beyond that. So helping to motivate them to move beyond that is going to be an important piece. As much as possible, unlock their potential. Make some determinations regarding what this person can do, but also be careful that you don't make assumptions that go beyond that person's abilities, which makes them become a failure. So you have to be careful about that, but be a motivator and encourage them to try new things and to look at new ways to walk down the road and even to try different roads. In one of my favorite stories, the little girl comes who is trying to get home after the storm, and she gets to a fork in the road. She's lost, and she sees a cat, Cheshire Cat, and she asks the Cheshire Cat, "Which road should I take?" And the Cheshire Cat says, "Where are you going?" And she says, "I don't know." And he says, "If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there." So it is important to help young people to determine what road they want to go on, where they are going, and then they can decide what road it is that they need to take. So as a mentor, ensure that you know what road you want to take because you know where you are going, and instill that in your young people. Know where you're going, then we together can get you on the road that you need to take.